We all have those areas we are not happy about. Maybe it's a little extra here, a little jiggle there. We often see these fat deposits as just cosmetic flaws, something we wish looked nicer. But what if I told you that one specific type of fat is far more dangerous to your health than any other? I'm not talking about the big butt, I'm talking about the big belly. Why is that? What exactly happens inside your body when you develop what's often called a beer belly? Stick around, because we are diving deep into belly fat, or the so-called visceral fat, and I promise it's not all bad news. I'll share 5 actionable tips to help you tackle it step by step. Let's get into it. Hi, this is Timo from VFS Diet. With my YouTube channel, I aim to provide clear, accurate and scientifically backed information about weight loss, nutrition and a healthy lifestyle. If you don't want to miss anything, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. In this video, we'll focus specifically on visceral fat. You constantly hear and read about how dangerous it is, and it's true. That's why understanding it is so crucial. So what exactly is visceral fat? Visceral fat refers to the fatty tissue stored deep within your abdominal cavity, surrounding your internal organs like the liver and intestines. Visceral fat serves as an energy reserve during times of food scarcity. Thanks to its enzyme composition, it can be quickly built up and broken down. The fat you can visibly feel on your stomach is mostly subcutaneous fat, which lies directly under the skin. Visceral fat, however, is deeper. But once it accumulates beyond a certain amount, your abdominal volume increases and your waist circumference noticeably expands. At that point, you definitely have too much visceral fat. Now, how does visceral fat accumulate? Generally, fat deposits in the abdominal area are hormone dependent. Testosterone, the male sex hormone, typically promotes this fat distribution. However, due to the modern oversupply of food, a significant factor, especially in industrialized nations, combined with the increasing lack of exercise and elevated stress such as work stress, family stress and so on, our bodies store more visceral fat than is biologically necessary or beneficial. When does visceral fat become risky? Your waist circumference is a key indicator of visceral fat. It's measured halfway between the bottom of your rib cage and the top of your hip bone. For women, a waist circumference of 80 centimeters or about 31.5 inches or more indicates an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases like heart attack and stroke, as well as type 2 diabetes. For men, more than 94 centimeters or about 37 inches is considered too much. It's important to understand that height also plays a role. For very short or very tall individuals, the ratio of waist circumference divided by height, meaning the waist to height ratio, is a better parameter. Ideally, it should be below 0.5. The good news about belly fat is that when you lose weight, belly fat is usually the first to go. If you've accumulated too much fat around your midsection, it's wise to consider how you can lose it. The encouraging news is that while belly fat is easily gained, it's also quickly lost. Because it's so metabolically active, your body targets this fat first when it needs energy. Through physical activity, a man can reduce 80 to 120 grams of visceral fat per week, which translates to about 1 centimeter less waist circumference. Every centimeter, every kilogram counts. The key is to be regularly physically active, exercise and move more in your daily life. Additionally, a balanced, not too calorie-rich diet helps with weight loss. So, as often is the case, the classics prevail: exercise and nutrition. Now I'm going to share 5 tips to help you reduce visceral fat. Tip number 1. Monitor your calorie intake. It's actually pretty simple. If you eat more calories than you burn, your body stores the extra energy as fat, and visceral fat is often the first to accumulate. Of course, this can vary if you have certain medical conditions, but for most of us, this is the rule. Your ideal calorie intake is unique to you. It depends on things like your gender, height and weight. If you want a deeper dive on this, check out my video, What is Obesity? causes BMI explained, and how to lose weight sustainably. Tip number 2. Avoid sugary and fatty snacks. Say no to cakes, chocolate bars and chips. It's tough, especially when, for example, a colleague offers them. But if you can resist, you'll immediately consume less than usual, saving calories every day. Instead of sweets, reach for fruit or special bars if you absolutely need something. Some sports bars, for example, can taste chocolatey but have much better nutritional values. Tip number 3. Fill your plate with more vegetables and salad. Both are low in calories, rich in fiber and very filling. Aim for more vegetables and less potatoes, and definitely fewer fries. Tip number 4. Skip calorie-rich drinks. Avoid sodas, colas and alcohol, as they contain a lot of hidden calories. Healthy thirst quenchers include water or unsweetened herbal and fruit teas. You can also drink juice spritzes, but make sure to mix them with plenty of water, as juices can be very sugary. Or even better, flavor your water with fresh cucumber, lemon, ginger or whatever you like. These sweet drinks are truly detrimental and should be avoided. Tip number 5. Exercise regularly and stay active. As mentioned, engage in regular exercise or at least consistent movement, ideally several times a week. It's important to move frequently, even if not extremely intensely or for very long periods. The WHO recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week, such as cycling, walking or even swimming. Also, incorporate more movement into your daily routine. Take the stairs instead of the elevator, cycle to work instead of driving, or get off the bus one stop early and walk the rest of the way. This way, you can stay active even with work and family commitments. Remember, every centimeter of waist circumference, every kilogram counts. So go for it, even if it feels difficult. Always keep in mind, you are doing this for yourself and your health, not for your family or your doctor. You are doing it for you. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful and you want to learn more about weight loss, check out the video Melt Stubborn Fat Fast 5 Science-Backed Tips for a Leaner You next. You can click the link on the screen or find it in the description below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content. Your support means the world. I'll see you in the next video.